who's another really great actor out of New York, is playing a role in the show. And my daughter Alia, who's the director, had to step in and take over the role of Daniela's sister when one of our actresses got a big movie job and had to move out and head out, which is the nature of the work.
Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. That's exciting. So, well, what are you playing?
I play the old man. I play the mathematician, the guy who's sort of a genius mathematician who's the father of these two girls, and he's dead. But this play is all about the craziness and the chaos that he created in his household. You know, like a lot of really talented people, he was a selfish, crazy, wild man who really imposed himself on his kids, and they had to battle their way through all this stuff. So it's pretty crazy. It's funny. It's spooky. It's got a lot of scary stuff in it. And the kids, you know, my son Jake, who is the designer for this outfit we have, is always getting into these weird macabre areas, and he's kind of like, you know, Alia and Jake are kind of like the Coen brothers of small theater in LA. So they're doing it. It's going to be a fantastic show. We're down at the Hayworth Theater on Wilshire Boulevard, 2511 Wilshire Boulevard. You can get tickets by going online at WhitmoreEclectic.com, or you can call 818-826-3609. And order tickets online. We're going to run for the next 4 weeks. We're opening on Saturday the 20th, and we're closing down May the 12th, and unless we got any reason to keep going.
Well, give us the email and the number again in case somebody missed it.
Yeah, the email is Whitmore Eclectic, ECLECTIC.com. That's our website, online business, and our phone number is 818-826-3609.
And, you know, Larry, before we move on, I do want to give a big thanks to James Whitmore Jr. for directing, which possibly is probably my favorite TV series of all times, Quantum Leap. He actually was involved in directing the final episodes of that series. And, James, I got to say thank you, man. That was a great job.
Yeah. Well, that was a wonderful show to work on. That was Larry and our old buddy Don Belisario.
Yeah. I worked on that. That was a neat show.
Great
show.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. Yeah. One of the best shows I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
You know, I made a lot of them. They were wonderful. And the final episode, I always said, it was like a Bob Dylan song, man. It was fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know, all the characters from the past coming in, and Scotty's character trying to find his way home, and it just broke your heart. It was beautiful.
How many years did that run?
4 years.
That's not 4 years. I thought it run at least 8.
Yeah.
No, 4 years, and then well, you know, Don was always tough for those guys. You know, he made it tough for the network guys sometimes. You know, he wanted to do it his way.
Don was tough with everybody.
But he was a genius. I mean, in his own way, he was one of the most creative guys that ever worked in television.
So is that why you're dressed with a big white beard and white fluffy hair? Because Don Belisario had white fluffy hair and a white beard?
I never thought of it like that.
And he was nuts and you're nuts.
Dr. Freud, you could be onto something.
Yeah, that's it. I think I'm here.
Hey, Jimmy, I was telling everybody, I don't know if you heard about the wonderful surprise party you threw for your beautiful wife.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
I mean, that was just outstanding.
Well, you know, she's been putting up with me for 41 years.
That's fabulous.
You know, that's a long time to be married to a jackass like myself.
What a beautiful human being she is.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a lot of people who loved her wanted to come out and say, hey, tip their cap to her and say thank you for being who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact that you guys were there made it 10 times better.
Oh, well, thank
you. Thank you for inviting us.
And we love your wife.
Yeah.
You're okay. You know.
And you know what was cool? Seeing Dirk. I haven't seen Dirk Blocker for a long time.
Dirk's doing fantastic.
Yeah,
seems like, you know, he's trying to get back into the acting thing, and he was teaching school for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, he got out of the acting thing because I guess it was just tough to do, you know, to make a living and make ends meet. And he was married and got a beautiful bride there, you know, and so he's been teaching school, and he and I have been writing back and forth over the years, and he writes the most beautiful stories and poetry. What an incredibly talented man he is. Wow. But now he's getting back into the acting game, and I think it's probably a great time for him to do that.
Absolutely. He looks great, too.
Yeah, he does.
So let's talk about your directing thing. A lot of people, I don't think are what's the word? Wary? I don't know.
Aware?
But a lot of people don't know that you're a director.
They're not aware of it.
You're a man that wears many hats besides being...
Well, years ago, you know, when we were all out there hustling around trying to do acting work, I got a chance to direct an episode of a TV show with one of the guys that has a radio show on your station, Ed Dreyer.
Yeah.
He was going to do this show called Hunter And Cannell, Stephen Cannell, who was the producer, Stephen J. Cannell, who's now gone, and we all miss him a lot, was a great, great man. He said, "You want to be in this show? I want you to play this guy." And it was a character that I'd played before, sort of, for him. And I said, and I was just being a wise guy. I said, "Hey, I'll do it if you let me direct one." You know, that's what you cool guys said, right? You said, "I'll do it if you let me direct one."
Yeah.
Well, he said, "Okay, I'll do it." So I didn't really want to direct anything. I just was just mouthing off, being a wise guy like I always was. But then he gave me a job. And Lou Antonio, who was another wonderful director, an actor who we've all known for a long, long time, said, "Jim, you better make him give you that job. You're going to be glad you did." And he couldn't have said truer words, because it's been I've been doing that ever since. That was in 1984, and I've been doing nothing but directing films and television since then.
Well, you did 23 episodes of Hunter, and that's amazing. And of course, I mean, let's just give a real quick list of creds: 21 Jump Street, 24, Beverly Hills 90210, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Bones, Dawson's Creek, Dead Like Me. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. It's amazing.
I've been lucky, and I've been able to do a lot of different things. When I was acting, I was kind of in the same boat. I got a chance to play a lot of different kind of guys. And directing, I've gotten a chance to shoot all kinds of wonderful material with really, really, really talented people. So I mean, my journey's been, I've been blessed every step of the way. It's been fantastic.
Well, all right, hang in there for a minute. We're going to bring you back for a little while.
Okay.
Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up. We got James Whitmore Jr. on the line talking about TV history and the future of TV right here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Taking your calls, 800-336-2225, 800-336-2225. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, folks. This is Larry Manetti, and many of you out there suffer from skin problems. Well, I've been telling you for months how to solve that problem. It's called Herpanicin. It's the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out. It gets rid of all kinds of acne on your back, your neck, your face, so you can feel and you could look like a movie star. Herpanicin is a natural supplement. It was created by Dr. Wayne Diamond and his staff, and trust me, this really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200.
CRN listeners, keep up to date with all the latest food, wine, restaurant, and travel news on the What's Cooking Show. We'll talk to celebrity chefs, restaurateurs, travel experts, winemakers, and so much more. Catch recipes, travel deals, and the who's who for all you foodies out there. Tune in live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, and video streaming live at crntalk.com. That's the What's Cooking Show. You won't want to miss it.
It's a fact. You can make thousands of dollars flipping houses. Discover the secret house flipping formula from Dave and Pete, the stars of A&E's #1 hit show, Flipping Boston, for free.
Hi, it's Pete and Dave. We're giving you our flipping formula for free. It's what we use to find the right house, flip it fast, and get paid.
It's time to stop just talking about flipping houses and start doing it. Now is one of the best times in history. USA Today reported that you can make thousands of dollars in profit flipping houses.
In New York City, the average profit was over $118,000. Omaha, it's over $71,000. Lake Havasu, Arizona, the profit per flip was $87,000.
And we're going to show you how we do it for free. Stop dreaming. The houses are there. The opportunity will never be better. And for a limited time, the flipping formula is free.
Call now, 800-326-1740 for your free Flipping Formula Strategy Guide DVDs. Just pay processing. That's 800-326-1740. 800-326-1740.
Chuck Wilder here, host of the original Talkback. Noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, 3 to 5 out there on the East Coast. You know, we cover everything you need to know to keep up with what they don't want you to know. Talkback, CRN, Digital Talk. Noon to 2 Pacific Daylight Savings Time.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti. Guys, stick around. A lot more great stuff coming up later on in the show. Will Link giving us his link to the movies. Will, what are we talking about?
Movie, number one at the box office, 42.
Oh, yeah. Jackie Robinson's
for a baseball fan and movie fan like me, it should be a no-brainer, but you'll hear a little later.
I'm a big fan. So, James.
Yes, sir.
Your brother, Steven, is the spokesperson for the Sheriff's Police, and I bet a lot of people don't know that.
I don't know. He's on the TV just about as much as anybody, as much as Mark Harmon, for that matter.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, it's not hard to figure it out. He's got the name Whitmore, and he's got your face and your dad's.
Yeah, no, Steve does a hell of a job for the sheriff. I don't know what the sheriff would do without him. He's a fantastic representative of the Sheriff's Department, and he's out there talking to everybody all day long about the stuff that's going on.
He's wonderful, and tell him we said hello.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So give us the number again and your email, because, a lot of time people are scrambling for a pencil or whatever.
Okay, this is the play's called Proof. It's by David Auburn. It's a fantastic, fantastic show. For tickets, Whitmore Eclectic. My name, WHITMOREECLECTIC.com. The phone number to call for tickets is 818-826-3609. It's a fantastic show. Come check it out. It'll curl your hair.
What's the opening day date?
The 20th is April 20th is this coming Saturday. We're running Saturday and Sunday, then we're running the following weekend, and the following weekend. We close on the 12th of May.
So you're just on the weekends then?
Just a week. It's equity waiver deal here,
Oh, okay. And what is it, like 8 o'clock, 8:30?
It's, what time is the curtain? I think 7:30.
7:30.
Yeah.
Now, James, is your family still involved with the Whitmore Lindley Theater as well?
No. That was a theater that a guy who was in a play with my dad owned, and when he did a show called, what was it called? The Magnificent Yankee, which was about Oliver Wendell Holmes. My pop did years ago, and this guy was one of the guys that worked for him in the court. And he opened this theater, and he said, "Listen, is it okay if I name the theater after you and my dad's wife at the time?" My dad had many a wife. Audra Lindley, a wonderful actress that he was married with in those days. So they named the theater the Whitmore Lindley. It had nothing to do with us at all.
Oh.
We actually used it a couple of times to do some shows in the old days, but it really had nothing to do with it and still doesn't. But they're still there.
Yeah.
I just saw your dad the other day, and I blanked on that prison movie with Morgan Freeman.
Shawshank. Oh, my God.
Yeah, great film.
What a great movie. But what a great job he did.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things. I mean, and that movie gets more people talk about that movie than almost any movie I know about. And it didn't get an Academy Award nomination or anything.
That's amazing. Tell us what your upcoming directorial things are going to be.
Well, I've been working this year, the last few years, on the NCIS franchise, both the LA show and the Mothership, the Mark Harmon show.
Uh-huh.
I've been working on The Good Wife, which is one of my favorite shows I've ever worked on.
Love that show.
Which is fantastic. This year I did The Person of Interest show. I did the Vegas deal with Dennis Quaid and Michael Chiklis, which was really a lot of fun. I don't know if that's going to make it. What else have I been doing? There's a couple other things.
Did you ever do The Mentalist?
No, never did.
Oh,
you do Selleck's show.
And I did Tom's
Blue
show,
Bloods.
exactly. I did Blue Bloods.
Yeah, right.
I did Blue Bloods back in New York. So
Person of Interest is just phenomenal.
Yeah, people love it.
Yeah.
People really love it. There's a lot. CBS has got something going on right now.
They really
do. Network, they got it figured out.
They are really hot. Absolutely.
Oh, Les Moonves, he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Hey, have you seen 42?
No, I haven't. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, me too. Every once in a while we get these sleepers, and they're just terrific movies. And it seems like that's either the story of a fighter, the story of a baseball player, a football player.
There's so many great sports stories.
But the Jackie Robinson Tricky story is one of the greatest stories of all time.
Exactly.
Well, he was one of the greatest players ever.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a hell of a thing.
Anyway, all right, Jimmy, we love you, buddy. Give the number one more time, and we're going to move on.
All right, this is the play is called Proof. It's being done by the Whitmore Eclectic. Danielle Rua is the star in it with Alia Whitmore, Dustin Seavey, and myself, James Whitmore Jr. It's at the Hayworth Theater, 2511 Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. Whitmore Eclectic is WhitmoreEclectic.com, 818-826 3609. It's an extraordinary piece of theater. Come on and check out some theater, you guys. The hell with these movies. You know, everybody watches movies. Come see a play.
Well, I'm going to be there. I'll be there opening night. Folks, don't miss it.
All right, you guys.
Thanks,
James. Thanks so much, buddy.
James.
Bye.
All right. Guys, be sure to check it out. It is Proof. It's the Whitmore Eclectic Theater, whitmoreeclectic.com. Check it out, 818-826-3609, and be sure to give a nod for James when you go and visit. Tell him Larry sent you. Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up right here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti.
Whether it's a serious fall, fire danger, or other type of home emergency, Life Alert is there for you. The company with its slogan, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up," protects its members. Here are some of them.
When you have a heart attack like I did, and there's no one there, Life Alert was there for me.
Having a secure feeling through Life Alert is ideal.
My independence is possible because of it.
Now, Life Alert can also protect you in a fire emergency with a system that automatically notifies our monitoring center.
Thanks to Life Alert, you can live alone without ever being alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-814-4041. That's 1-800-814-4041. Call now, 1-800-814-4041. For a free brochure, call 1-800-814-4041. 1-800-814-4041.
Larry Manetti's favorite deli is Cavaretta's Italian Deli at 22045 Sherman Way in Canoga Park, California. Shop Cavaretta's Italian Deli for cold cuts, homemade cannolis, meatballs, lasagna, marinara sauce, and much, much more. Cavaretta's is open 7 days a week and has been voted the best sandwich shop by Fox 11 Television for 3 years in a row. Cavaretta's Deli in Canoga Park, the same owner, 28 years. Go to cavarettasdeli.com.
Log on to fantasygolftour.com for weekly fantasy golf events with cash and free play options. Go to fantasygolftour.com to play in this week's $3,000 purse event for free. That's right, play in this week's $3,000 purse event for free.
My name is Marina from Fort Lauderdale. I played in the $20,000 event and won $5,000. It was so easy to play.
Sign up now at fantasygolftour.com for this week's event for free. You can be one of the next big winners, but you can't win if you don't play. So go to fantasygolftour.com for weekly events that follow the golf tour with sponsored purses from $20,000 to $100,000. Don't just watch the game, become a part of the game and win big. What are you waiting for? Log on now to fantasygolftour.com and play for free in this week's $3,000 purse event. That's fantasygolftour.com. Fantasygolftour.com. Taking fantasy golf to the next level.
Do you have really pure water? Maybe not if you're drinking bottled water. Bottled water has some dirty little secrets. Plastic bottles come from oil products. The 5-gallon polycarbonate jugs contain bisphenol A, a synthetic estrogen that has raised health concerns. Bottled water dispensers quickly develop algae and bacteria and should be sanitized regularly. Have you ever cleaned your water dispenser? Are you drinking water containing algae and bacteria and synthetic estrogen? Now the good news. Pure Water Science can replace that dirty, outdated bottled water cooler with a high-tech water purification system. The Pure Water Science system features a stainless steel tank that constantly monitors water quality to guarantee your water is pure. It alerts you when service or filter changes are needed. Multi-stage purification removes organic and inorganic contaminants, and the patented self-sanitizing feature eliminates algae and bacteria while adding oxygen to your water. It costs less than bottled water without the bottled water hassle. No more bottles to lift. Just sanitize delicious water, hot or cold, from Pure Water Science. Call 818-502-4191. 818-502-4191.
At Hotels.com, we've got thousands of deals for every occasion. Father's Day? We've got a deal that day. Earth Day? Hotels.com has you covered. Your mom's dog's cousin's birthday? Chances are we've got a deal that day, too. But we'll check with legal. And low prices, we've always got those. Because Hotels.com is always making sure we've got the best deals for you every day.
And now through March 25th, save up to 30% on your favorite casino hotels, including Las Vegas. Book now only at Hotels.com. Finding you the perfect place at the perfect price.
Swing it, baby, swing it. Every time I hear this music, I get homesick. Folks, if you're going on a vacation and you don't know where to go, don't blow it. Go to Honolulu. Honolulu, Hawaii has got it all. And if you go, you stay at the Hilton Waikiki Beach Resort. It's the most beautiful place in the world. 22 lush tropical acres. They've got 5 gorgeous, beautiful swimming pools, waterfalls, parrots, fish, you name it. And they've got 18 restaurants to hang out in, cocktail lounges. They've got the Valley Steakhouse. They've got a gorgeous restaurant and bar on the beach. There's probably 100 shops and boutiques. Hey, yeah, I'm talking big time. There's the luau every night under the beautiful stars, fireworks. I mean, you got to be a total nitwit not to miss this. I'm not kidding you. And if you're single, plenty of wahinis, let me tell you.
Ooh.
And every night they got a Polynesian dance. They've got a place called Camp Penguin where the little kiddies can go, and the little people will love it. And hey, I could go on and on. There's over 3,000 guest rooms. There's 7 different hotels. And in fact, the Rainbow Tower, which I used to go to a lot, has just been renovated in $44 million. So you can imagine, what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they have catamaran cruises there too, and you can rent paddle boards and all. It's just the best. You've got the ocean, all the pools, and they have the lagoon.
Yeah, the lagoon.
Love
is
the
famous.
lagoon.
Duke Kahanamoko.
They do Kahanamoko.
I did it.
Yeah, you did it. And you know what? They've got a wonderful girl named Lori Gallagher, who's the head of marketing there. And she makes sure that every time that somebody new comes in, which is every day, that there's always a new event. And I stay there because I'm doing Hawaii 5-0, and I stay there, and it's my home. And Nancy and I lived there when we did Magnum.
I loved it there. Hey,
So-
you got everything right there.
It's the bee's knees, guys.
So
It's the cat's pajamas.
It's the cat's pajamas.
The Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort.
So when are we all going?
That's
when are we all
right.
going to be there?
Where's
Doing
our
the show
invitation?
from the
Yeah.
You know what? Let's all go and we'll celebrate. And I don't know if I should put it this way, but
Probably not.
but kind of celebrate the capture of these creeps
Oh,
that did
boy.
this horrendous
Yeah.
thing in Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, Anyway, go for it, folks.
Yeah.
Hilton Hawaiian Village, Waikiki Beach Resort.
Yeah, Larry, a ton of emails. And, first of all, I want to apologize to our listeners out there. We've been amassing these emails for the past 3 weeks. We've been so busy on the show, we haven't even had a chance to read these things.
All right,
Why
let's
don't
go.
you give the people the number to call in?
Yeah, I'll give them the
They
call-in
want
number as well. 800-336-2225 is the call-in number. 800-336-2225. Or you can always send us an email at lmanetti@crni.net, lmanetti@crni.net. Or, of course, you can go to Larry's website, check out the book. What is it, LarryManetti.com?
Larry Manetti,
Yeah.
and that's the only place you can buy the book. And of course, Larry personally autographs every book that you order.
Absolutely.
And there's photos there you can buy too.
Well, speaking of people that are into you, Larry, you got one here from Hartmut Illner. Aloha, Larry. First of all, greetings from Germany. He's 49 years old, and currently he has flashbacks of the Magnum PI show. He's buying all the seasons on DVD and still enjoys watching it. And your book, is not available in Germany.
Yes,
No.
it is.
Yes, a lot of
Ah.
I send a lot of them to Germany.
So you just have to order directly from the website.
Just go to the
That's it.
website, and anybody can have one anywhere in the world.
There you go,
except
Hartman.
Mars.
Yeah.
worldwide phenomenon.
That's it. absolutely.
LarryManetti.com, Hartman.
There's a lot. You get a lot of emails from Germany, I've noticed. This is not the first one.
A lot of people from Germany have bought the book. The majority go to Germany.
Here we go. This is an interesting one. This one's from Bobby Miyamoto. He says he's a huge Magnum fan, wondering if you had any good Jillian Dobbs stories.
That was Hillary's girlfriend.
We went to work. We went to work one morning, and they called on the walkie-talkie, and they said, "Would Larry please stop at Jillian Dobbs' house? She was supposed to be here at 6 o'clock, and she isn't here." And I think I had like a 7 o'clock call, so she was late. So I said, "Sure." So we swing by her little house, and I'm banging on the door, and all of a sudden the door opens up, and she's standing there stark butt naked. And she says, "Hello, lovey, what's up?" And I said, "Oh, my God." And that's it. I mean, it was hysterical.
Oh,
and
boy.
God bless her soul. She's up in heaven now. So.
Oh, boy, that is definitely a good Jillian Dobbs story. Thank you, Bobby, for your email. Also, one from Chris Barnes here, writing to ask if you'd be interested in having Lulu Roman from Hee Haw on the show.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, so I guess apparently Lulu just released a new CD entitled At Last, which features some great songs, country, pop, and jazz classics. And, it might be worth checking out. So
give them the number and let them find them and have
Call
them
the station.
Yeah, absolutely. Or send us an email to elmanetti@cni.net. We'll take care of that for you, Chris. That's a great one. It looks like here from this one's from KB2R. These emails. It's an email from a guy, KBR2. Just thought he wanted to let you know that Magnum is back on broadcast TV in New York City on Cozy TV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a new network, Cozy, I think.
Yeah, so in New York, they're watching Magnum as we speak. So that's really great stuff.
So is that in L.A. also?
I'm sure it'll make its way out here.
Probably will be.
Yeah, eventually, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, also Gary Collins, again, sending us more pictures of his tribute to Larry Hagman. There's a couple of pictures there of Larry Hagman there. Really great stuff. So thank you, Larry. And also, Gary apparently just has a whole bunch of stuff about Randy Mantooth as well. So, of course, a big shout out.
I think Gary's on the line.
And we're still, is Gary? Let's talk to the man himself. Gary, hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, Gary.
I am just doing fine, and I am praying for the Boston Marathon. It must be a very hard time right now. So what we ask is for mercy on the city. What we ask is for redemption in the city.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yep. And I've got a question for Larry Manetti. Larry, were you friends with Adrienne Barbeau from Maude?
I met Adrienne a couple of times, and I can't really say that we were friends. But hey, look, I'm friends with all actors. There's not an actor I don't like. So, and he was a wonderful talent. I remember him. Excuse me. So, yeah. Why did you ask that question?
Well, it's because, as you can see, I grew up with everybody on groundbreaking television, so I figured I would want to take a look back into 50 years of television.
All right, there goes Gary. Stick around, more great stuff coming right up.
Hi, this is Larry Manetti. I played Rick on Magnum P.I. This winter, you've got to escape to Hawaii and stay at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. Come lounge by your choice of 5 beautiful sparkling swimming pools. Surf or swim on Waikiki's whitest white sandy beach. Enjoy water sports at Duke Kahanamoku Lagoon. Visit the shops. Dine at any one of Hilton Hawaiian Village's favorite restaurants and watch awesome fireworks on Friday nights. Hilton Hawaiian Village is Waikiki's only true destination resort. With more of everything, folks, book today at HiltonHawaiianVillage.com or see your travel agency. And don't forget to say, Rick sent me. Hi, folks. This is Larry Manetti. And many of you out there suffer from skin problems. Well, I've been telling you for months how to solve that problem. It's called Herpantocin. It's the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out. It gets rid of all kinds of acne on your back, your neck, your face, so you can feel and you could look like a movie star. Herpanicin is a natural supplement. It was created by Dr. Wayne Diamond and his staff, and trust me, this really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200.
And now, with the Manetti Movie Report, here's our own Will Link.
Thank you. I know you guys are excited for this one, so let's right to it.
Yes.
42.
Yeah.
The new biopic about Jackie Robinson, how he broke the color barrier in baseball. And, you know, the one thing about this film, and if you're making a movie about Jackie Robinson, he's kind of like Superman in this way. He's so heroic, it's almost like he's a flawless character. And in a lot of ways, I know one criticism of the film has been it's really earnest in the way it presents him. But you know what? Sometimes I think a character, that's the kind of treatment you have to give him. And this film, I think, does a really good job with it. What's nice about it is, rather than be a biopic about his whole life, they focus on the 3 years of him coming up to the majors and then breaking the color barrier. Because, you know, a lot of these biopics, they try to cover someone's whole life and it loses focus. But this is very focused just about that time and his relationship with Branch Rickey and how they came up with getting him onto the Dodgers. The baseball scenes in this movie, I think, are done particularly well. And all the old stadiums, like they have to digitally create them, and they're really seamless. And Chadwick Boseman, who this is the first thing I'd seen him in, he does a terrific job as Jackie Robinson. And Harrison Ford plays Branch Rickey, and it's a performance that, you know, it starts off a little hammy, I gotta say. But by the end of the film, it's really grown on you. And it was good to see Harrison Ford going a little outside his comfort zone. Yeah. He's an actor who, over the last decade, I feel like he's kind of resting on his laurels a bit. Like, he's playing the same kind of role. So I was glad to see him come out with, like, kind of a different character and a different side of him.
I'm sure he was happy, too.
Yeah, it was good that he got. I'm glad they gave him the opportunity to.
Well, I heard you can't even recognize him in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Very different. It doesn't look like Han Solo.
He wears his hat smashed back. And I think he's a great character. I love Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah.
He's true. I mean, look, my whole childhood was Harrison Ford movies.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
I'm always happy to see
Give
him.
me a break. How would you like to do a role where you're walking around with a hat and a whip and flying over a boulder?
Or with a laser gun in the Millennium Falcon.
That's very difficult.
Yeah.
Personally, I would love it.
Absolutely.
A hat and a whip, I'm
Go ahead, Will.
So, you know, and it's true. Look, it is earnest, and in the hands of like a different director. If like I know at one point Spike Lee had talked about doing a Jackie, and I'm sure it would have been a little more realistic in its portrayals of racism or its grittiness. But you know, there's still a lot of powerful scenes. There's a great sequence in which Jackie's playing against the Phillies, and he's up at bat, and the Phillies manager, it's just a slew of like N-word being thrown at him and stuff.
Geez.
And he's got to really, you know, not respond, because that was his whole thing. He had to have the strength not to fight back.
That was all true, you know.
Yeah. And that scene is probably the best in the film, and it really does a good job of portraying what that must have been like for him. And I think that's kind of the high watermark for the film. Like I said, the baseball's done well. It's a film the whole family could go see, and when the audience I was in, you could tell whole families were there, and you could tell a lot of fathers talking to sons about the history of baseball and stuff. And like I said, I'm a big baseball fan, and I'm a big movie fan, so this film was a no-brainer. I got to give it a thumbs up.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, baseball's America.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's a real American film, you know, real story of the times, and
boy, we need that today.
So, is it worth all the box office buzz that it's been getting?
Yeah, okay. I think it is. I think it's definitely a film that people should go see.
Excellent.
I also caught another film that I think that people should go see.
All right.
Danny Boyle's got a new film. He's the Academy Award-winning director of Slumdog Millionaire and Trainspotting, which I know you and me, Eric, were talking about how much we like that film. And it's called Trance. And it's this new, like, sexy thriller about James McAvoy plays this security guard at an auction house, and he's part of an inside job to steal a very valuable painting. But in the process of the robbery, he gets hit on the head, gets amnesia, and he doesn't remember where he stashed the painting.
Oh, my God.
And the gangster who was running the thing, first he tries torturing him to try to find out. He can't remember. So then he hires a hypnotherapist, played by Rosario Dawson, to try to, if they could hypnotize him, maybe find out where the painting is, go into his subconscious. And what Danny Boyle does a great job in these scenes of when he's under hypnosis, you kind of don't know what's just like a hypnotic dream and what might be real. A real psychological thriller that I really enjoyed. It's been opening up a little wider each weekend, and it's just a fun thriller. It's one of those movies, I got to admit, an hour later, Hitchcock used to call these, I think, refrigerator movies, because when they're over, an hour later, you're at home, you open up the fridge, and then you go, wait a second, none of that makes any sense. And this movie's a little bit like that. If you think too hard about all the twists in the plot, it starts to unravel. But while I was watching it, it was so exciting that, I just don't even want to think about it. Just go and have a good time with it.
Do you remember who the gangster was?
The actor who played the gangster in the movie was Vincent Cassel, the French actor.
I like him.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and I always like seeing Rosario Dawson in movies, too. I'm always a big fan of her.
And I put the emphasis on it's a very sexy thriller. So you know what you might be getting there.
Hey.
But no, she's good. I like Rosario Dawson. I like James McAvoy. It's a good cast. It's a fun thriller. A good time at the movies.
That sounds like a great.
Do you know?
Both films.
Did they show Wrigley Field at all?
Oh yeah.
Cubs Park.
You know what? I don't remember any scenes of him playing the Cubs. I remember a lot of scenes in Cincinnati. I remember a lot of scenes in Philly.
Yeah.
But none that I remember them showing in. And either way, like I said, they recreated the old stadiums kind of digital.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
check it out, guys. Go to the movies, support the arts, and buy some movie
And
tickets.
buy popcorn.
Yeah. And also, guys, don't forget to be sure to check out James Whitmore's show. TheWhitmoreEclectic.com has all the info on that. His show is Proof, so be sure to check that out as well. Will, thank you so much for your movie report, man. Always in life.
Thank you, guys.
Guys, stick around.
Froggy's telling me he might be in the theater right next to you.
Guys, stick
He's
around.
lost his mind.
We'll be back.
Hi,
Keeps
Stevie.
things interesting.
Hi,
Keeps
Kale.
things interesting.
Twanger,
Hi,
Froggy.
kids. Hi.
Jay Farner here from Quicken Loans. We get a lot of tweets from folks that sound just like this. Jay, I bought my home in 2007. Since then, it's gone down in value. Now I owe more on my mortgage than my home is worth. Can I refinance? The answer may very well be yes. Recently, the government announced changes that may allow folks to refinance even if their home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you. Or if your current mortgage rate is higher than 3.99%, you've got to give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. So, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power and Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Hi, this is Joe Mantegna. Every time my Uncle Willie tells me about his service in Patton's Third Army in World War II, I'm reminded of what we owe the U.S. Army. 14 generations of American soldiers who have courageously defended our nation. Their stories represent the best of America and should never be forgotten. Join me to help build the National Museum of the United States Army, a long overdue tribute to all American soldiers. To learn more, visit armyhistory.org.
Hi, folks. This is Fred Dreyer for Regenix. Like so many people today, I was losing my hair. I was literally watching it fall out, jumping right off the top of my head. So I said, that's it, enough. I called Regenix. I still remember that first day I walked through those doors. It was magical. It changed my life. When they introduced me to their patented hair analysis program, I immediately saw why I was losing my hair. Through their microscopic examination, I saw Gray's sickly scalp. I had no circulation. The hair follicles themselves were caked and clogged with a dirty, oily sludge. I was so relieved. Finally, there was hope. So now, after 6 years on the Regenix program, My scalp is pink and clean, and my hair is growing back. It makes so much sense. Don't wait. Call Regenix right now. Pick up the phone and put an end to your worries. Start by calling 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX, or go to Regenix.com.
Hi, I'm Larry Manetti from Magnum PI. Remember me? I played Rick. And over the years, I've been asked so many times to republish my book, Aloha Magnum, which is a 5-star hit. Well, folks, I did it. If you want to see the behind-the-scenes episodes and all the naughty things that went on Magnum PI, you go to the internet and punch up LarryManetti.com, and Aloha Magnum is there at your reach. I thank you for your loyalty. Take care, folks. Let this go.
The sound of Freddie Horn right here on the PM show.
Gorgeous.
With Larry and Nancy Manetti. Speaking of horns, our own illustrious benefactor stepped in the studio.
The big
earlier.
horn.
I think he broke Nancy's shoulder. I think at some point there.
We're heading straight for the chiropractor.
Yes.
Right after the show.
Yeah.
Guys, we still have a bunch of emails. I'm going to try to get to a couple of these if we can.
Go ahead.
We got one from Matt Eady here. So enjoyed the Magnum PI series. You all rock. That program was truly such a nice, clean family show. Thanks to you all, and please forward to all the show buddies. Of course, Matt, we were big fans of the show as well.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And we got one here. Frank, my hero, says, when is your Hawaii 5-0 going to be on? Come on, Frank, where you been, dude?
Yeah, that
Come
was on
on.
February
It was on.
18th.
Check
But
when that email was sent.
It'll be
More coming.
It'll be in reruns, and next season we start in June.
No, because you got some more appearances coming up here.
Yeah,
So Frank
yeah.
missed it. You could catch it again.
I'm sure you could probably catch it. I'm sure CBS has a online thing too.
If you go on Hawaii 5-0, and then you go on all episodes, and go on episode 17. Nancy's looking at me like,
oh, no, I do that. I actually go onto the website and
so
do it
it's
myself.
episode 17. It's called Panini.
Panini.
And then push it forward until you see the Manetti on stage singing, and that's the beginning of it.
And don't
It's called Payani. A
Yeah.
panini is an Italian sandwich.
Well, I had to make it Italian.
And of course, I hear you lay some guy out there too in that episode.
Yeah, it
so
was
episode
fun.
17.
Yeah,
He's a tough dude.
I wouldn't mess with Larry. I saw him throw that punch, and it was
good right cross.
Yeah, great. Now every guy in every bar is going to be out gunning.
Crossing, yeah.
You're gonna have to take down a lot of guys now. A lot of people are coming after you. Larry.
I'll get you two as my bodyguard.
They call him Brass
With
Knuckles
your
Manetti.
pop guns.
I got one here from Kayla Kane. She actually picked up the book from the website for her mom for Christmas, and she said she got it just in time for Christmas. Thank you so much, guys. They really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mike Brown, he just put the Magnum PI episode Laura in the DVD player. Man, I know you and Frank Sinatra were friends, but it must have been something to work with him in an episode of a show of yours.
Yeah, that's something I'll never forget.
That's the episode too, Laura.
And Laura,
huh?
and Laura was named after his favorite song. I said, Frank, what do you want to call it? He says, well, call it Laura after my favorite song.
Oh, that's
yeah,
really
and he
great.
named the white shepherd that we gave him Laura.
And plus, his granddaughter in the show was named
Laura.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
neat.
I think we got one more shout out we got to do, Larry, before we cut out of here.
Yeah, we do. And folks, I've been talking about this for over a year, and you guys out there with blemishes on your face, I mean, I talk till I'm blue in my face. You must try Herpanicin.
All natural.
It's all natural.
Oh, yeah.
It really works. I would never push this stuff unless I definitely knew that it worked. All this gunk that you put on your face, it just dries up your blemishes. This gets rid of them. And believe me, I'm not lying. and you call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200, and you will be trouble-free. Promise.
Yeah, support our sponsors, support your show, the PM Show at Larry and Nancy Manetti, guys. Again, another great show.
More important,
And-
support yourself
Yeah.
and be happy.
Absolutely.
And God bless all the people in Boston.
Twang your magic twanger again, Froggy.
Hiya, kids. Hiya.
Guys, be sure to catch reruns on crntalk.com.
Cahill sisters, we love you.
See you guys in a week.
Which is most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound?